Hello, everybody, and what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be VOD reviewing a recent competitive game that I had, just because I think seeing someone VOD review is going to be helpful, just information for improving in Valorant in all aspects. Because if I'm pointing out mistakes that I'm making in my games, and I admit this is like a pretty good game that I played, which shouldn't inherently be one that you should be VOD reviewing yourself. You should be VOD reviewing your average to maybe some low end games to maybe figure out why things aren't going your way in some games. This is the second game in a two-part day for me. That is something that I enjoy doing. It's just playing a couple of quality games a day when I know I can focus really well on those games and really try my best. I recommend doing that rather than spamming a whole bunch of games just trying to be like, oh, coin flip climb, coin flip climb. If you're going to do that, you might as well just play unrated to work on your mechanical skill. It'll be much around the same because it's all on an MMR basis, and there are obviously people better in unrated, and there are a lot of things to learn. With that being said, I think we can just get right into this VOD, and I'll go over how I VOD review. Just skip ahead. First pistol round. So I'm playing Breach on C here just because there aren't a ton. Okay, you can't see my mouse on the screen. That's good. There aren't a ton of it's really quick rotations is what I'm trying to say in terms of coming to A, especially with Breach is really good for this exact retake utility setup. It's not really, I guess not retake is a bad word for it. There's a lot of things you can do to help your team in that situation. Like that, I stunned three, I dazed two, or I blind, or yeah, I stunned three, blinded two, and unfortunately we couldn't capitalize on it 100%. But the utility usage is still there, so good utility usage. I missed obviously, so bad mechanics on my part. Definitely some improvement to be done. Rest of this is not really something that I'm into, so you can communicate there if you need to, but I honestly just like letting my teammates play, especially at the level I'm at. Whatever decisions they make is most likely going to be fine. So next round we won. Luckily our Jet kind of clutched that up, and we're forcing here, and we're just buying. As you can see, I'm kind of playing that quick rotate position from C going back to B, especially when I'm realizing that no one's here. I'm holding the space that we need to be held. And then I probably got a comm here saying, oh, we're on site. Something's going on. Yeah, we've seen two or three on. We knew Breach was already there, so there could possibly be like a Reyna lurking in mid, but she was also on site. Overall, fine. Good anti-eco. We kind of cleaned up. I'm not just kind of being consistent with how I'm playing. We're here. We're on our our bonus round, and unfortunately, two of us died. But our Jet got one. She bought up on a Vandal. Damn. See, I'm saying damn here, but look what I was doing, and this is something you can obviously, or I can improve on here and just learn from, is that I tried to take a fight that is not the greatest Spectre range, and I probably should have jiggle peeked it first to try to get them to try to bait someone to come up closer and then take like a fight on this angle right around here. But it is not much can be done. It's on kind of a bad fight. Always can improve on that. Taking fights that are more consistent with the guns that you have. I guess Spectre shouldn't be. It can take this fight when they're having a weaker buy, but when they have full rifles like we knew they did, it's not a great situation. Note this round. I think right there I tried to just jiggle pre-fire someone at C, which is, I guess, alright. Omen's doing well. I'm setting for our Omen there to just try to get him out, make sure he can't get traded because he did do really well getting that kill.
I'm naded off. I can blind out. 3, 2, 1, blinding.
Called my utility just in case my teammates wanted to swing. That's something you shouldn't ever like ask to do. Is you shouldn't ever ask permission to use your utility. Just use it. Call when you're using it, and your teammates can play off of it. Just fighting. Crosshair placement is relatively fine.
Close arc to us. Right here, last one's water. Nice shit.
Alright. Crosshair placement was fine-ish. Obviously something that I can do. You'll notice that I pinged the places where the enemies were. That's just for being extremely clear in my extremely clear in my comms and communication to my teammates. You see the pings are still up, so, and this is my ping is exactly on where that Reyna died.
Yeah, I got blinded by that breach flash.
So it is always helpful.
Yeah, I can't dodge that shit.
Always helps the ping if you have the mechanical ability to do so. If not, and you're just gonna like get hung up on opening the map, closing the map, pinging, and all that stuff, don't ping. Just try to calm where they were. I pinged and calmed where they were there. I said, oh, one's close right, and not exactly a great calm, especially not for the killjoy that was back here in C. So I honestly don't know what this little space is here at C, but probably should learn what that is or whatever the default call is for that. I called water back here because Reyna was somewhere in this general area, and that would have gotten people just looking close enough. So that was kind of my thought process going through that round. Skip ahead a bit. Oh, let's. Okay, so it looks like we're setting up a play here to go forward and to have the Jet take a fight here.
Get in here, get in here.
Okay. So we stunned for our team. They tried to do something. It didn't go exactly well, but I helped the Jet get out by breaking the door for her so she can just keep running through. And our Sub was able to get one with a shock. They're probably pretty luckily there. Oh.
20
breach. Just chalk it up to a skill issue. I missed. Unlucky. Turned the flash, but still didn't get the kill. Just came in, was just better than me.
Yeah.
And then,
Ooh, hit a clip.
Jet was doing well there. Yeah, I don't have any problem with how I played that round, honestly. Might have been able to fall back a little bit more, especially since I die all the way up here. And I really have no chance of ever getting traded. But I guess I'm playing kind of like a ratty angle, especially with breach flashes to play off and kind of ego challenge a lot of people. Alright, let's go back 10 seconds to get the start of this round. Alright, I'm rotating over to C here to try to using my utility while blind to try to help our Jet. Hershey got a kill. It might have helped, might not have helped. I'm tucking here because I'm expecting a breach ult. They don't actually breach ult, so that is alright. I don't know where I'm holding this flash out.
Flashing.
Come the flash, we fight together.
Oh, fuck.
And there's that breach ult that I was talking about. But, that's something I honestly need to improve on, is like I'm considering something earlier in the round and then I just forget about it later on. Because that could have been potentially devastating with 3 of us bunched up towards waterfall there. 3 of us bunched up towards waterfall there. And if that breach ult goes off and if that KJ was able to like wait a little bit longer before swinging out, and then she's able to spray us all down after that breach ult, then things could have gotten bad really quickly. And that round could have potentially just been lost instantly. So always got to be careful what's going on. So yeah, this next round, playing more towards C since we got that Omen in that Cubby Tuck location at B. Not much going on.
Are they on B Omen?
I'm asking for more information from our Omen right there. I see no coming, so it types out almost. It's kind of interesting. Here, it looks like I'm preparing to stun off. Yeah, you said it in game. Preparing to stun off that alarm bot, which is fine. It's always something you want to look out to do. Seeing when you can play off of your like your teammate's utility as well as your opponent's utility, because sometimes you can think about whiffing. Just right there would be not a very good mechanical display. It's all right. Sometimes it happens. Definitely at all levels. I am definitely not one for known for my mechanical skill. It's all good. Let's skip ahead to the next round. And so we set up another play with our teammates there again. Looks like our team didn't. Wow, and I just got absolutely destroyed there. So we set up a play with our team. That's good. You always want to be coordinating with the team. I probably got a little bit greedy there, because if they're fighting here and they got picked, what I thought was going to happen is that they would be falling back. But they're not falling back, but trying to regroup and hit A together after getting a couple of kills there. And then I was going forward thinking that they would be doing that, but I think my timing was a bit too fast to realistically be applicable there, because it was within a couple of seconds of one of my first teammate dying, or I think it was Jet or something. And pushing up that quickly is probably not the best situation, because it doesn't give them time to react to that kill and for someone to come, oh, let's go away, let's go away. You have to realize, like, how fast are they going to be able to communicate their information, and sometimes it might take a couple of seconds too. So you might, after something happens, you want to think about, oh, what does the enemy want to do off of that, either utility or kill or something along those lines. And here they probably did want to regroup and hit A. Let's see where they ended up. Yeah, they ended on A, so they did. They regrouped, hit A, but I was probably a little bit too quick, and that Omen was still right here trying to see what information they had at B, and then he probably rotated and fell back and helped them on site. On to the next round. Okay, here's a fine learning opportunity, I guess. Let's see what my Killjoy does. There you go. So I'm the only one here that's on like a really bad buy, and you'll see me here going like, oh, I can't afford as much as everybody else, but I'm still gonna buy as much as I possibly can to try to stay on the same economic level as my entire team. So you see me at light shield, and I'll make the decision, oh, I actually want to go and buy full shield here and get as much value out of my kit as possible, and really try to help my team, because we are forcing here. This is like a do or die situation, trying to get as much information and kills and economy damage. We're trying to win this round by forcing up here, and if we don't, we're probably gonna have to save the next round. I heard someone grab the orb here, and that he was able to turn from my flash. That is fine. I still got one. So I was able to get a kill, but I wasn't able to secure that gun because I thought someone might have been able to get trade, and having my life and utility is a bit more important right now than see, if I probably would have tried to push that, I would have died to the Reyna already, like, instantly after that and got traded. But it was probably fine going off of that, and that Reyna walking up on me, I probably could have held more, especially since I was afraid of that, and I saw that door open earlier. So being more aware of the utility it's using and what's going on the map and where they're wanting to take based on what they're doing. So you can obviously see the doors opening on the map. and the Reyna probably just walked right through from the seaside and flashed through, expecting me to be like around here or something. Wanted me to try to get the break the flash, and she just walked right up. Most likely what happened. All right, let's go to next round right here. Here, just I wanted to show them that I'm gonna stun, even if we're not trying to make a play off of it, just so they're wary of the stun still, because we hadn't done it in a couple rounds, and I'd only stun when we're trying to make a play. So it's kind of in that conditioning portion of it. Here, I'm trying to play for a sound or off of Jet's contact here. Yeah. Ulting for teammates.
Flashing. Whoa, she's in there too. 40, 40.
Jet and I were trying to play together there. We didn't coordinate insanely well. The Jet peaked as my flash was going off, so she was able to get killed before the flash fully went off. A bit unfortunate timing. She waited like a quarter of a second. That's how long we're talking here about that timing. Is a little bit unfortunate, but I was able to get the trade on there, and I got a little bit greedy instead of falling back. And Ursoba's, let's see where Ursoba was whenever I was flashing. Okay, he's right here,
Flashing.
and he probably walks up. No,
Whoa,
yeah,
she's in there too. 40.
I still got a little bit greedy considering like where my team is playing. I didn't have to overpeak that. Our Omen's holding a upper for me, or he's holding from that drop area. So I didn't have to. It's a bit greedy on my part. I wanted to just get more kills. But overall, we won the round. We're still good.
Kill the turrets on that box.
Our Jet said she wanted to push up B here, and so I still wanted to give that stun to just keep them wary of it. Wary if someone might be pushing up. Just a little BM making fun of our Soba for shooting the wall with the dart. Crosshair placement looks a little bit low.
Whoa,
I saw 3 of them, so that was a bit scary, and I lost my nerve. I wanted to see if they would be pushing up with that aftershock, so I wanted to really get aggressive there to see what I could get with it. Didn't end up working out, and I ended up taking a little bit of chip damage, but I don't think it was a bad play, especially since I was able to flash with it.
I'll stun off plant. I can flash.
Flashing for the team. If we saw Omen over there.
Nice, KJ.
We knew Omen was over there from earlier. We saw like a glimpse of him, and our Jet commented to us. I think we played that probably pretty well. It was a bit risky because I did have to take 2 1v1 fights here on B, and it's kind of risky because I could have lost one, and our KJ just would have lost the round. I'm lucky that Breach had a classic, even though I guess this was kind of from the aftershock damage. Probably hit me once, or I guess he hit me twice with the classic 60. I don't know the whole numbers or what's mathing right there, but only body shot, so also very dangerous because I could have just gotten headshot once and died. But it worked out for us.
Our Omen's going through it this game.
Maybe in the future, I probably try to jiggle peek them, play somewhere where it's not as easy to get traded, while also trying to help the KJ. And kind of a hard situation to go through.
Alright, I can stun it. 3, 2, stun. Looks like it. That's 2A.
Come 2A, but there's now people at C, so we're kind of just chilling out. We want to see what information they're giving us. I don't know what I'm doing there, but I'm trying to fall back to a safe position. I was flashing to give myself some cross there just in case they were holding it, and got back to a safer position. Silva Comedy hit 2, so we're gonna try to play trades together since we know they're a couple of weak people. I think I think that was some limit testing, seeing where all my aftershock could go through. Luckily got the thing, couldn't get out, got traded. A bit unfortunate, but not a ton. Oh, I probably couldn't have turned away. I could have tried just walking back out rather than like turning. You know, the Valorant movement game. You don't need to completely turn around to look where to move. You don't need to look where you're going to go there. I could have just started moving sideways and it all worked out. Overall, I did 7.5 on the half. Not bad. Started out very slow, but started picking it back up towards the end of the half. Here we're calming some strats, so always try to do that piss around while you have that extra amount of time. You want to tell your team what you're doing, and really try to get something going with your team here. Try to work together. That is definitely key for this game, and especially if you're playing a support character like I am here. You want to stun for your team. I think the calm here was to just wait for what's going on, just see what's happening. Don't die immediately. Soba said he had a lineup for something. So that dart is clearing all of close. So we know that. And so now we're going to try to fight this all together. I'm making sure that Raze can't peek us from the right side. We know someone's in that door. Jet and I go through those doors together to fight. Not really, I mean, that's pretty standard practice there. It's just like you always want to be in a position to get traded, or if you notice your teammate is going in a position where they will not be able to get traded, if you can safely put yourself in that fight with them, please do so. And that just makes it a lot better for going on. So you always want to be aware of where your team is and what they're playing, because if they are able to be traded, you know, that's always a good thing. You always want to look out for that. I think I saw my Jet there. Right now with the calm, it's just to play time, and that's really all we need to do. I'm in a position to swing off of Jet and Omen, and that's kind of what they did. Jet and Omen were playing across, and if either of them saw her, she would probably be out in my open area, and I'd be able to swing and see her and kill her. And that is what happened. So it played very well by the three of us playing like a triple crossfire setup. So here we're getting ready for the anti-eco round. We're buying up, buying as much miniguns as possible. Looks like we might be trying to go for just a B hit here. And I'm going to flash for the drone, so if they are holding close, it'll make it hard to see. Yeah, see, like right there, that Omen was holding close. I flashed, the drone was able to get him. I'm able to fight there. Raze and KJ are just jumping out at me. Breach.
Wait, no, my ace, fuck, I had to reload.
Oh, I remember that was tragedy. I was going for a lot of eco frags there. I mean, it all worked out pretty well. I flashed for the drone to get the drone out, because if the drone gets out and it scans people just like it scanned that Omen, that is exactly what you want to do. You want to flash for your Soba drone, or you want to do something to allow your Soba drone to get farther out than it normally would. Because that Omen was still playing close, broken immediately. We don't know where everyone's playing. The Soba drone is like helped us immensely that round, like getting onto site and flashing for the Soba drone, pushed off the Omen, couldn't break it, it allowed it to stay out there a little bit longer. No one wants to peek into it, so it's always something you want to be going on the lookout for. I bought up here. This is actually a very bad buy. I remember doing this, and I remember thinking immediately afterwards, like after the round started, I was just like, oh my god, what am I doing? Because I bought a gun, even though it is their full buy round, it is very dumb to do this. Because now I will have no money on our team's full buy round, and they're still like, it was not good, not good. You always want to be on the same eco as your team. 30 seconds in that. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, so you'll notice here that my entire team has full rifles, and I only have a sheriff. So I messed up here. I didn't play with my team. It is not well played of me that last round buying up a gun when I died, even though I was the only one to die. So very stupid decision by me. Gotta learn from that in the future. I always check econ before the round starts to see what we're all doing. A good general rule of thumb for the first couple of rounds, just general rule of thumb. Obviously, there are different situations, but if you lose pistol, eco the next round, and then buy your third round. And if you win pistol, force as much as possible, and then bonus the round after if you live. And if you die, just have enough to be able to full buy with your team the third round. Or not the third round, the fourth round. And those general rule of thumbs will work out in most games. So always keep those in mind. Just spamming through smoke. Nothing major here.
Flashing sight.
Still trying to flash to get us deeper into sight, but it ends up not really working out well, and we couldn't capitalize off of anything. Oh, I don't want to show this. I'm so sorry for Roman. Oh no. But see, now I'm on two pretty. I didn't have a full gun 2 rounds in a row. You can obviously see why that's a bad thing. You never really want that to happen. If you're not on a two, if you're going 2 rounds in a row, or even if you're going 3 rounds in a row, definitely without having a full gun, something very bad is going on. And
I think he's gonna be behind that box. Never mind. It wasn't there.
probably a little bit. Yeah, it's definitely a bad use of my concuss.
Oh,
I don't know. I think I accidentally hit my scroll wheel to jump there. Mechanical issue. I don't think the player's bad flashing off of his flash because it will prevent some type of layouts, but
under and door.
it allowed me to get into a really ratty position that the breach wasn't expecting, and I was able to get a kill, which is it's good for our eco round because we were definitely ecoing there given our money. Let me skip ahead. Let's go back a little, see what we're doing here at the beginning of the round. Looks like we're gearing up for a pretty default A hit. Our Sobo's throwing his lineup. We're all just fighting together. And as a support player, that's always something you should. I know I about didn't say anything from it, but I broke the Reyna flash just in case there were people trying to like swing from it. And you'll notice here that I ulted tree rather than ulting sight because I was ulting because of we've been running in a lot of opposition tree. Like they've been playing like several rounds. Like they've had like 2 to 3 people falling and hiding in tree. So we wanted to just take that from them instantly and not allow them to get like a position where they would actually want to play. And we don't want to make them feel comfortable in where they can play and where they can't play. So we wanted to switch it up a little bit by trying to take tree with full force from them. Worked really well. Here, I should have come to Jet to watch her above drop. Yeah, our own would said it in the chat right there because I'm watching the cross. Yeah. So I was watching the cross there for Jet, so I could have come to her. Hey, just watch your above, since we didn't know where this could have been coming from, and if you would have came from behind me tree, would have heard the door open. There's no world in which our Jet dies from where I was watching and I am not able to get the trade. So she should have just been watching here up on the drop, and I could have told her that. So always comment to your team like what you're watching and how you want to play it, because some things like this, like where a little bit of communication can actually go a long way. We might have been able to keep 2 guns going into this next round rather than 1. Alright, looks like we're actually playing a default here for one of our first rounds. We can do that or first rounds we're doing that, we're playing a default. You're trying to find what information is available to us across the map.
I know, I'm fucking.
Not much is happening.
They just put a alarm bot here at B.
I'm pinging there for an alarm bot, just letting my team know. Hey, there's probably an alarm bot here somewhere. Let's be careful when we go out.
Hit door, hit door. Flashing high.
Flashing once that smoke went down to get a bit of position into it. Flashback sight for us over there to see if maybe we can catch someone off guard. I get full blinded, but it's okay. I get scared from that molly. I'm gonna try to find a safe place to plant here since I don't want to get swung from any which way. Here I'm just trying to survive, but it's probably not gonna go well. Yeah. Getting kind of hectic up there in the center. But sometimes that's what you have to do it as a support player. It's just like, oh, okay, I've used all my utility. You want to really think about what more do I bring to the table here? And that is kind of your whole role. It's just like, okay, I'm out of utility. I don't have any more flashes. I don't have an aftershock for a little bit. Or I don't have any more aftershock. I don't have my concuss or fault line or whatever it's called. And so I was really thinking it was just like, okay, I'm just gonna go take a gunfight where I know I can probably get traded. I saw someone was right here with me, and so what happened was like exactly what happened in that breach. I think was standing right here on that C site, and his attention was focused on me for just a second, and my teammate right here got the kill. I tried going for the Renix. I was like, oh damn, she's right there. I couldn't get traded there, unfortunately, but or did I get traded? Maybe. No, I don't think I got traded because yeah, I'm just gonna go through here. Yeah, could have went better. I just thought there, okay, I could probably just fight it out. Let's say we're just going for a B hit here, trying to just go out. We're double mollied off, so no way any of us can run through that. Probably upsetting to our duelist that we couldn't go in and get the trade.
We got rid of all of KJ utility.
And here when we have our light buys, we want to try to just get a kill in whatever way possible. And just try your best to get a kill in here. Because getting one kill, it can turn econ in your favor. It can turn the round in your favor if you get a gun. You never know what's going to happen. So on those small rounds, like you want to try to get a kill in whatever way you possibly can. Like right here, Killjoy got a kill and it's turning the round. She got two. She got two that round. It's great. I mean, that's why you always never want to give up on a round just because it's your eco. Stunning that right side there. Doing the alt play again. KJ. Oh, I thought KJ was coming with me here. I'm pretty sure here's where I get shot in the back.
Oh,
yep.
No.
I didn't know that. There's a little space in that tree area that you can't really that I didn't see. So it's always something to be on the watch out for. It was very dumb of me to go in here alone. Anyway, I thought for some reason in the game I thought KJ was coming in with me. Not sure why, but future reference, always be on the lookout of what your teammate is doing, because even if something looks clear to you and you don't say it, things can get kind of hectic and fall apart really quickly. Yeah, luckily our jet was able to get that breach fairly easily. And it looks like this round will kind of work itself out. Did it? I don't even remember.
They don't have 4 ults this time. It's fine. Chill.
Yeah. Yeah, it worked out. We got the round.
Oh, run. Alright, we can chill.
So we got a pick here, and I'm calling my team to chill, just because you don't have to rush things in this game. We have so much time. We have 1 minute and 20 seconds. We don't have to go and do something. Very, very dumb from me here. Very bad. As you can see, the door's going. I see that smoked off, and I try getting through. It was just really, really bad timing on my part, thinking, "Oh yeah, I can definitely make that." And then I wasn't keeping track of, oh, when did that smoke go down again? And so I forgot to like keep track of that when I was like a rough estimate when that was gonna go down. And so those some things that are just bad timing, both that lined up. That KJ's playing very deep back there, but still has a great angle on that door because it's been opening and closing. And she was just like, okay, maybe I can get a kill. And she was exactly right. That's exactly what she did. So she played that well. She knew exactly where to look. Luckily, our Jet was able to get a trade very quickly.
Backside, backside.
But yeah, don't need to see that. There. So with C failing a couple times, we're just coming back to our bread and butter A. Always want to be on the lookout of where they're playing and what's working for you. We've failed C several times, so we thought it'd be better just to keep going A. I tag up Raze there, and our KJ was able to just get the thing.
Push out, tree. Push out.
Yeah. Skip ahead. So they're on their match point. Let's see what happens here.
I can flash out.
Oh, a little bit.
Out.
Let's see. So it looks like we're going to be hit. It looks like we're on kind of a bad buy between everybody. I'm trying to flash for our Jet here to like see what I can help her with. I lucky get able to cancel out the Raze ulti there.
I can flash out. What do we want to do?
Asking my team what do we want to do, and they wanted to go to C, so I'm going to save my flash here, and then I'm going to assume a lurk position because I was too late on that timing to get through that door. And knowing this, I'm playing off a sound here, and I think this is probably the best thing I can do in this situation. Just staying alive, playing off sound, giving them information on who's rotating, what I hear, and anything else that could happen. And there I ping that weapon just to be like, okay, what is this? Just so I know. And
No. Oh.
luckily I get one, die, but you know, it's 2v2 now.
Coming through waterfall.
Giving my teammates comms of where he's coming from. I said he's coming through waterfall, and now they know where he is, and this is a very easy round to clean up. But now we're going to overtime, so we gotta figure this one out.
Just get by.
Okay, so you'll notice here, I actually jumped and gave away my position. That was a complete accident, but they know where I am. And I just want to like have that information present because I'm pretty sure I'd do something to draw their attention to me while I'm in here later on in the round. And I only did that in game because I thought they might already there, or I knew they already knew where I was. And I wanted to give I shot the boombot out for my team to try to give them another hopeful situation to get an easy kill there. Didn't end up doing anything about it in terms of like them coming out and us having like a weird little crossfire setup here. But our Sova did really well there. He went into their spawn, got one, and now we're in an advantage situation here. For whatever reason, defense was going very well for both of our teams. So they've planted C. We obviously want to wait to retake everything together. Our KJ's dying, but our Omen and I are going in. We're playing in tradable positions. I'm flashing for our Omen to see if he can get anything, and he clears stuff while after I flash, and then goes down and gets the kill. Pretty nice and easy. But waiting for your team in those situations, you don't have to rush anything. You can always just say to your team, it's like, hey, let's wait up. Regroup for a second. You have the time. You have a lot more time than you think you do, and you always want to take an inventory of utility before you go in. Like I had a flash to use. I was like, I knew that our Omen had a blind and a teleport, and so You always want to be playing off of all the utility that you have available to you.
I almost didn't buy a gun.
There's always something to keep in mind and when you're going into retakes.
I have flash, flash of sight.
Ironically, that Jet's smoke actually saved that omen there,
Oh.
and bad things happen. I was stuck. I was gonna die no matter what. I was trying to like just fight it out, get one while I can. Did not end up going very well. So let's just skip to the next. We keep going. I stun off the rip at A again. Our Soba darts. We know that no one's pushing up A, so we're thinking it might be a fall towards C. But seeing as we have two people over there, I'm just going to play this jiggle angle at B because we don't want to give up any space that we don't have to. Especially in these overtime games where it's a bit tense and you still got to play consistently the entire way. You got to really think about what is the best course of action that'll help you win. And for me right here, it is thinking about, okay, what space do we need covered?
Huge.
And
Huge.
my team's just covering everything else. And so as long as I lock down this mid, it gives them the ability to not worry about anything B related. And here is very dumb if I swing this. But it looks like I try to stun for my team. Yeah, and our Soba gets 2 based on that stun. Also, a very stupid play here, just going in alone, just trying to like fight anything out. But it's a 5v1. Hopefully, even if I die in a dumb way, my team wouldn't throw their entire round. But always something you got to keep in mind. If you do die in a dumb way and your team loses it, you got to blame yourself for starting it out. Double rain of flashes. I'm breaking them as I go out. It's the least I can do for my team. I think this is a stupid timing.
Oh shit!
Yeah, bit unfortunate. Bit unfortunate. If I just had my gun out and didn't try to use my utility, then things would have actually worked out a lot better.
You see those toes?
Calling my team, but traded through smoke. Unfortunate. Let's go back to the start of this overtime round. Again, just setting off. Even though we're not making plays off it anymore, I still want to keep them wary of it. It's just the conditioning of it all. If you condition your opponents to you using utility, then it helps you further along in the game to be able to say, oh, I'm going to use that same utility, but we're going to do something a little bit different. And there's a row we're going to send someone pushing right up there. And you can do a lot of stuff with just using your utility for and consistently start of the round and getting them used to stuff. Yeah, I knew that she had an op because my KJ died with it in the early round up there, but still kind of a bad peak to go through.
There's one closer I see on these boxes.
That's the end of this round. Alright, so it looks like we're going back to an A hit just because we know this has been working out for us. And we want to just keep going, keep being consistent with it. Keep doing what's working, basically. Especially in ranks where you don't have to, like, really worry about a ton of stuff.
Oh, another one.
I was able to get the trade, but then they were able to get more. So it is even numbers again since we did get the opening pick, so it was a very bad situation. Our Jet and I did go in there together.
Almost gonna be upper.
Yeah, rough situation. Rough one to go out on.
GG's.
Yeah, rough way to go out, but still a lot to learn from the game. And definitely my main takeaways from this is communication with my team, playing off of my teammates' util better, being more cognizant of what's happening around the map, and thinking more about what my opponents want to do with the utility they're using and what I'm hearing across the map, or what my teammate dying really means in a certain situation, and thinking, okay, what can they get off of this? And what do I do to counteract them getting this information or space or playing more off the enemy's util than my team's? All right, hopefully that'll help some of you VOD review your own games a little bit better. I wish you all the best of luck in climbing.